Krittika is the third nakshatra that we are going to discuss today. It's the third one that is towards the end of Aries at the beginning of Taurus. Always get a little giggle out of this one because Krittika is critical. These people are very judgmental. If you have placements in Krittika, you are not just blunt. You cut through the bullshit. Okay? People with this placement are super sharp. I mean, the way their brain works, they're honest, direct. There is no sugarcoating with this placement. What I really like about them is that they tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So helpful, yeah. Comfortable, nah. Not at all. Krittika, translated, literally means critical, like I mentioned earlier. And these people have discernment. They are perfection driven, which can cause issues for them for sure. But they're represented by a razor because they do have the ability to cut through illusion, cut through the bullshit. Mythology behind it is that there is a great warrior called Krittika. This warrior who loves to protect others was born within Pleiades, and Pleiades is 7 sisters who are all weeping because they were wrongfully accused of betraying their husbands. And those sisters, the 7 weeping sisters, raised this warrior, Krittika, who is known for being this massive light and protector. And this warrior protector energy lives in this nakshatra. Therefore, these people are caretakers. A lot of times you can see them in roles that involve like children or the elderly or taking care of the less fortunate or people who work within like social work or public health. I have a friend who has Krittika moon and she's been raising her nephew as her own child. And I just think of all the people who likely have this placement who are raising non-biological children as their own. There's still that Aries energy of wanting to defend, guard, protect. But with Krittika here, specifically, again, getting more granular from Aries, it brings a nurturing sense to this placement. These people also tend to have very fast metabolisms, and the deity associated with it is Agni. Agni is the internal fire that burns impurities. So that's like spiritual, emotional, mental impurities. These people can also be kind of hot-tempered and a little restless in their bodies, so they need to move. They need to be active to move that energy. These people love to cook, typically as well. Anything involving heat. Intense workouts, extreme sports, CrossFit. Like, I'm assuming that's the most intense workout I've ever done. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, because it is associated with the razor or the, sharp knife. These people do have a tendency to hurt themselves. Accidents involving sharp objects, cutting themselves, not necessarily intentionally, but on accident. And this nakshatra is ruled by the sun, which says, again, it's just another layer. It says so much. Charisma, they're naturally seen, they're noticed, and usually very, very independent. They have really, really high standards, not just for other people, but really for themselves. Like, they do not want to fail. They cannot stand being imperfect, but they can tolerate it in other people, which is really interesting dynamic to have acceptance over how everyone else acts and moves in life, but to not have that same compassion for themselves and to not have the same understanding that, they're not going to be perfect. And this is what life is about, is refinement. There is about 10 degrees of Krittika that sits in Taurus, which makes them extremely stubborn. They can also be very deeply committed to their belief systems. Love a debate. They will banter with you back and forth. They love to gab. They will yap. And they want to change your mind. They want to change your perspective on something. But for them, when their mind is made up, that is it. They're all in. Need purpose and they need something to fight for, and they are most aligned when they feel that they have somebody in their life that they're protecting and that they have a higher purpose in that protection. And their ability to reveal the truth and to cut through all the BS is really their superpower. So drop a note if you have Krittika, if you are critical. I would love to hear your feedback on this if you have a planet in this sign. I mean this nakshatra, but they can be considered their own signs too. I'm going to try to do like 3-4 of these a day because it is a lot. So bear with me. I will eventually get through all 27. Thanks for being here.